Think you've seen all there is to know about Jaden Daniels? An NFL legend just said something that's going to completely change how you view our quarterback. Meanwhile, there's a rookie we passed on in the draft who's embarrassing the entire organization. And wait until you see what we've got on the uniforms for this season. If you're a Commanders fan, this video will blow your mind. Like it right now because this info is exclusive and you won't find it anywhere else. The Commanders just released something we've all been waiting for, and I'm going to explain why this is more important than you think. The official uniform schedule for the 2025 season is here, and there are details that will directly impact team performance and the NFL's perception of us. First, let's break down the numbers and strategy behind each decision. The Monument Whites are set to dominate this season with 8 total appearances, 7 of which are on the road. I'm telling you, when a team strategically plans to wear their cleanest and classiest uniform on the road, they're sending a powerful psychological message. It's like they're saying, we're coming to your home to dominate with class and authority. These 8 Monument White appearances include key games, season opener against the Giants at home, followed by Atlanta, Los Angeles Chargers, Kansas City Chiefs, Miami Dolphins in Spain, Minnesota, Giants again, and closing against Philadelphia. Notice the pattern? Many of these are games where projection of maximum confidence and professionalism is needed. The Legacy Burgundies will have 5 strategically placed appearances. And this is where sports psychology becomes fascinating. 3 home games and 2 on the road. But look at which ones they are. Green Bay on the road during Thursday Night Football. Las Vegas at home. Dallas on the road in hostile divisional territory. Detroit at home and Philadelphia at home. Do you see that 4 out of these 5 games are against teams that went to the playoffs last season or are historic divisional rivals? I believe the team is using the Legacy Burgundies to connect with the franchise's winning history during the most crucial moments. It's like invoking the spirit of golden eras when we need it most. When you see those Burgundies on the field, think of Art Monk, Darrell Green, all that historical greatness we carry in our veins. Now comes what everyone is talking about, the Super Bowl era. Only 3 appearances, but listen closely to where and when. Week 9 against Seattle on Sunday Night Football. Week 13 against Denver on another Sunday Night Football. And Week 17 against Dallas on Christmas Day broadcasted by Netflix. Coincidence? I don't believe in coincidences when it comes to NFL marketing decisions. These 3 games represent maximum national and global exposure. Sunday Night Football is the most watched sports program in the United States. And the Christmas game on Netflix will have massive international viewership. The organization is saying, when the whole world is watching, we want them to see our Super Bowl era uniform. It's a brutally intentional statement. And here comes the masterstroke that has me completely excited. The Battle Black against Chicago on Monday Night Football. Not just any Monday night. It's the first Monday night doubleheader in years. Meaning massive viewership. But the real genius is it's exactly the rematch of the most famous Hail Mary in the franchise's recent history. I was there when Daniels threw that bomb to Noah Brown, and I swear I've never felt a thrill like that in my life. Now we have the chance to create another historic moment wearing the exact same uniforms on national prime time against the same team that gave us one of the most magical moments of our lives. The NFL and our organization know exactly what they're doing, but there's more. Look at how they're strategically distributing these uniforms throughout the season. We start with Monument Whites to establish authority, use Legacy Burgundies at crucial moments to invoke winning history. The Super Bowl eras appear when the whole world is watching to declare our greatness intentions. And the Battle Blacks return to create another magical historic moment. I ask you, do you think Dan Snyder would have had the strategic vision for uniform usage? Josh Harris and this new administration are thinking about every detail to maximize psychological and marketing impact. Each uniform tells a story, and the story they're telling is that we're ready to compete at the highest level. Now comes the part that really hurts. And I won't lie to you, because you deserve the complete truth about what's happening with our draft decisions. While Josh Conerly Jr. is struggling to adapt and earn the starting right tackle position, there's a rookie we passed on that's making our entire organization look bad and proving we made a mistake that can haunt us for a decade. Let's get into the concrete facts. Josh Simmons was the 32nd overall pick by Kansas City, exactly 3 picks after we took Conerly at 29. Simmons came from Ohio State with impressive credentials, but a serious knee injury in his final season that dramatically lowered his draft value. Many teams, including us, considered him too high a risk for a first-round pick. Adam Peters and his scouting team were completely focused on Conerly from Oregon. They thought they could get him later in the first round, got nervous as other picks passed, and when pick 29 came up, they didn't hesitate to take him. The philosophy was clear: prefer proven and healthy talent over superior talent, with medical risk. But now look at what's happening in Kansas City. And believe me, it hurts to analyze this. Simmons is not only fully recovered from his injury, but he's also dominating the training camp of the current Super Bowl champions in a way that has the entire league talking. Andy Reid, who's developed more offensive talent than any coach in the last decade, already has him as the undisputed left tackle starter. Do you understand the magnitude of what this means? The left tackle is the most important position on any offensive line because it protects the quarterback's blind side. In Kansas City, that means protecting Patrick Mahomes, the most dynamic and valuable quarterback in the league. Reid wouldn't give that responsibility to a rookie unless he was completely convinced he could handle the pressure. Reid's exact words after the first preseason game were devastating for anyone questioning our decision. I wasn't yelling at him, so I guess he did good. It looked like he had a solid day, especially for his first game. He's been working tirelessly. That kid never complains about anything, just goes and gets it done. I'm telling you this, when Andy Reid talks like that about a rookie, especially in such a critical position, it's because that player has all the characteristics that define NFL stars. Tireless work ethic, capacity to absorb coaching, no drama mentality, and obviously the physical talent to compete at the highest level. But here's what really hurts: the direct comparisons to what's happening with Conerly in our camp. Reports from Washington indicate that Conerly is starting to get it and potentially securing the starting right tackle spot, but also mention it's been a rocky transition and there are growing pains. Meanwhile, Simmons has already secured the most difficult and important position of the champion's offensive line, receiving praise from the head coach, and looks completely comfortable protecting the league's best quarterback. The difference in trajectories is brutal. I think Peters had valid reasons for the decision. The medical risk was real. Conerly had a more consistent health history, and betting on the sure talent versus superior but uncertain talent is a defensible philosophy in the draft. But results so far suggest we gravely missed in our risk assessment. Now, I ask you, can you imagine what our offensive line would look like with Simmons protecting Jayden Daniels' blind side instead of being in Kansas City protecting Mahomes? Can you visualize how that will completely change our offensive possibilities and the protection of our franchise quarterback? The irony is especially painful considering Kansas City, the current champions, were the beneficiaries of our mistake. Not only did they get superior talent at a discount price, but they now have a competitive advantage directly resulting from our conservative decision. If Simmons becomes an all-pro protecting Mahomes for the next decade while Conerly struggles to be a solid starter, this decision will negatively define Peters' legacy as general manager. It's the kind of mistake that haunts organizations for generations, especially when the superior talent ended up in the hands of the reigning champions. And the hardest reality is this: time is running out to prove we made the right decision. Every practice where Simmons dominates and every practice where Conerly struggles is more evidence we failed in a crucial evaluation that could have changed our franchise's future. And now comes the news that has all of us excited to the bone and confirms what we already knew in our hearts but needed to hear from an indisputable source. Steve Young, absolute football legend and one of the brightest minds to have played the quarterback position, just said something about Jayden Daniels that's going to forever change how the rest of the league, the media, and fans view our franchise quarterback thought in a recent appearance on the Dan Patrick Show. Young not only praised Daniels casually, but made a statement that will resonate for years in football circles. His exact words were, "In today's game, he is the ultimate prototype. He's threatening the line of scrimmage on every play. I'm telling you, I don't think most of you understand the historical magnitude of this statement." Steve Young is not some TV analyst giving opinions to generate clicks or controversy. We're talking about a man who redefined the quarterback position in the 90s, won 3 Super Bowls, was a Super Bowl MVP, 2-time league MVP, 3-time All-Pro, 7-time Pro Bowler, and unquestionable Hall of Famer. When someone of that historical stature uses the phrase ultimate prototype to describe your second-year quarterback, they're not making a casual observation. They're offering a professional evaluation based on decades of experience at the highest level of the sport, comparing Daniels not only with current quarterbacks, but with the complete evolution of the position across generations. The word prototype is particularly significant because it suggests that Young sees in Daniels the physical, mental, and skill characteristics that define what a quarterback should be in modern football. He's not saying he's good or has potential. He's saying he is the ideal model against which other quarterbacks should be assessed. But let's dive deeper into what threatening the line of scrimmage on every play means. Young, who pioneered the mobile quarterback concept long before it was mainstream, recognizes Daniels possesses that unique ability to keep defenses in constant dilemma. Every snap, defenders don't know if they're facing a deep pass, a precise short pass, or a devastating run. This versatility is uncommon, and Young knows it better than anyone. During his career, he faced defenses that could specialize against a specific attack dimension. But against quarterbacks like Daniels, defenses can't fully commit to defend the pass without leaving themselves vulnerable against the run, and can't go all in against the run without exposing pass coverage. Think Young is also recognizing something we've seen, but maybe haven't fully articulated. Daniels' mental maturity is extraordinary for his age and experience. Last season, we saw a rookie making decisions in crucial moments that veteran quarterbacks struggle to make under pressure. The Hail Mary against Chicago wasn't just a lucky throw. It was the result of a quarterback maintaining perfect composure. Under extreme pressure, reading coverage correctly, having the physical strength to make the throw from a compromised position, and having the mental confidence to attempt the toughest play in football at the most critical moment. Young understands those traits aren't easily taught. They're indicators of a generational talent that combines football intelligence, exceptional athletic capability, and mental fortitude under pressure. When he says Daniels is the ultimate prototype, he's acknowledging our quarterback possesses all these dimensions in a complete package. The implicit comparison Young is making is with quarterbacks like Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and other dual-threat quarterbacks who have revolutionized the position in recent years. But by calling Daniels the ultimate prototype, he's suggesting he represents the most complete evolution of what a modern quarterback can be. Now I ask, do you realize the implications of having validation of this caliber from a sports legend? This isn't just recognition, it's historical legitimization. Young is putting Daniels in conversations with the best quarterbacks of any era and suggesting he represents the future of the position. The question I pose is this: if Steve Young, a man who played against and studied the best quarterbacks of multiple generations, believes Daniels has the ideal physical, mental, and skill profile to dominate modern football, what is really the limit for what he can achieve in Washington? Young is insinuating that Daniels can not only be successful, but can redefine expectations of what's possible for a quarterback in the current NFL. He's suggesting that in future conversations about the best quarterbacks in the sport's history, Jaden Daniels' name could be alongside his own. And that, my friends, is territory of sports immortality. Look, these three pieces of news show us exactly where we are as an organization and where we're headed. Do you think the Super Bowl era uniforms are a coincidence? Do you think we should be worried about passing on Simmons? Are you as excited as I am to have a quarterback that NFL legends consider the perfect prototype? I want to know what you think in the comments. This Commanders community is a family, and I need you to tell me, which of these pieces of news has you the most excited for the upcoming season? Are you ready to see Daniels prove that Steve Young was right? If this content made you feel the burgundy and gold pride running through your veins, then you belong in this family. Subscribe now because we're the #1 Commanders community on YouTube, and together we're going to live every moment of this historic season ahead. Like this video, share it with every Commanders fan you know, and make sure you hit the notifications, because you can't miss a single update from your team. And remember, hail to the Redskins.